Everything that you've heard about rugby, throw it out the window. Rugby league, which is what the USA Rugby League plays, is by far the best standard of rugby in the world, and the USARL is the best competition of rugby league in this country.
Most Americans know rugby as rugby union, and that's what they see on TV. That's what gets the most press, and it's a very confusing game. I played it 13 years and I still don't understand it. I played rugby league once and I got it, and I never really played football that much, but I knew football and I just took to it. It just made sense to me.
Rugby league, in the way it's designed, is really tailor-made for the American audience. It's a game that 13 players in a field are structured in a way that when they connect, they're running at full speed, and really see some of the best collisions and explosions that you'll see of athletes in general compared to any other sport in the world.
Rugby league is easy for the American audience to understand because it's similar to football. There are turnovers, you get 6 tackles. If you don't score, you turn the ball over. The kicking game is similar in effect where if you get down to your 5th tackle and you're not going to score, you're going to kick it away to pin the other team deep, similar to when you punt in football.
And we're off.
Beginning of a game after half time and after each team scores, you kick back to the team scoring kicks back to the opposition, so they have a chance to try and score as well. Once the ball's kicked off, the majority of, I want to say probably 100% of the teams have what they call a set pattern, which means they have certain plays worked out. Okay, from this kickoff, we're going to catch the ball, run up, take a tackle. Now from there, we're going to either take the ball one way or the other, and we're going to flow that way for the first couple, and then see what we're with, and then we're going to bring it back with the back line to attack the other side after taking big guys one way, giving the backs more of an opportunity to attack.
The part that they have trouble understanding is the backwards passing and stuff like that.
All right, we're under the referee's time clock right now. It's on the referee now, folks. So,
unlike American football, which everybody knows is forward passing, and the biggest thing is everybody makes a big deal where they pass the ball laterally. Well, that's all we're allowed to do.
From the fight, we're attacking strong, balls out.
Lateral, behind, whichever way you want to look at it, it can't be passed forward at any stage. Now within that, guys, as they get fatigued, they'll knock the ball on, which means you lose the ball forward in possession, or it even gets past you and you just drop it out of your hands. Now what will happen is the referee will call a knock on.
A little bit of razzle-dazzle for you there, folks, but unfortunately a knock-on, so it'll be head and feet to the Titans.
A knock-on, when a ball has been spilt forward, constitutes referee stopping play, and to start play there has to be what they call a scrum, bringing the two teams together. The ball gets fed in the middle, supposedly. And that's just basically your basic line of scrimmage to restart when there's been a breakdown in play. A try, obviously, is 4 points, and to score a try you can't just break the plane. You actually have to take the ball and have downward pressure over the line. It constitutes a try, and then from where you put downward pressure you come back from that spot and you take a conversion. And a conversion is the opportunity to take a kick between the posts. A penalty is when there's been an infraction within the game that is outside of the rules as seen by the referee, and typically what happens is the team that didn't do the infraction kicks the ball, then one of the players retrieves it, and then they take the penalty from where the ball went out, not necessarily from the spot. It's a part of the penalty process. You get to kick it out. Now, and that being said, there's also the opportunity, if you don't kick it out into touch, then the opposition has a chance to catch the ball, and then that nullifies it and they can carry on.
It's like a penalty to the fight, so they put them on the offensive pretty early here.
Very much like football, we have a script drawn up. Hey, we want to do this, we want to do this. If we're in this position, we want to try and do this. But the beauty of it is the opposition doesn't always allow you to do those kind of things by the way they're playing. As the big hits go in, the body starts to wear down. Guys start making breaks, and the faster guys, the back line, come into play, and that's what makes it more exciting. Is because at any stage of the game, something can happen that completely changes. All the plays been going one way, and then you have just like you say, one play that completely changes the score. It completely changes the flow of the game. The game takes dynamic changes. It takes one guy to bust through a tackle. He's running up, and he's been tackled every time. Boom, boom. But he gets up, and that's that one time he breaks through. It changes everything.
Picture yourself taking a ball 20 feet away from your garage door and running full speed right into it 40 times. And then you have to run and tackle somebody doing the same thing. That's what you're going to see the entire game. Guys giving that kind of effort and showing you some pretty magical moves out there, along with some great speed and some size that'll kind of marvel you that the guys that big can do that. And if they like football, they're going to love rugby league.
Well, you can't tackle anybody around the neck, but anything from the shoulders down, you can tackle them. That's pretty much it. Is if you can tackle them from the shoulders down, have at it. Anything you can do to stop a guy, you can shoulder charge, like you can just shoot instead of. In rugby union, you have to wrap up when you tackle. In rugby league, you can actually just shoulder charge somebody. If he's coming at a good amount of rate, then there's a greater chance if you just stick your shoulder in there. Sometimes you come out looking like a goose, and sometimes you really get to level the guy and look like an absolute stud. I'm going to do this all day long. You have to try and stop me. And believe it or not, if you get run over and run into and run over and run into, at some stage, some guys go, "Oh, please, not again." So there's that mental side of the physicality that comes in. And it's like, wow, and you work out where the weak spots are, and that's what you try to exploit, and you go from there.
The future of the league is strong. It's really about again, community, culture, and really growing the awareness of the game, and that's the ultimate goal.